Hello, right, a little bit different today. Locked In is the debut album by a Dutchman called Dick van der Heijde. Now, I've got no idea if I've just pronounced his surname correctly because, I'm not clever enough to speak Dutch. So, no offense, Dick, and for the rest of this video, I'll just call you Dick if that's okay. Now, it's a remarkable album, in my opinion, for two reasons, really. One, the music is great, but it's a remarkable achievement given Dick's unfortunate backstory. Say it's the music certainly isn't shabby. It's an enjoyable listen, quite uplifting and inspirational, bringing a variety of styles. Though mainly, I'd call it sort of like modern progressive rock, but on a grand concept scale. It does make me think somewhat of something that Dick's countryman Arjen Lacasson might have put together if he was in the mood to do a slightly mellow Arion album. Now, here's the other remarkable bit. Dick suffered a brainstem stroke at the incredibly young age of just 28 years old. That's left him completely paralysed and unable to speak, a condition called locked-in syndrome, hence the name of the album. Since that unfortunate event, Dick's had to communicate on a letter-by-letter basis, just using his eyes. Remarkable, isn't it? That he can only that he can still communicate, but only by using his eyes. And by doing that, even more remarkably, Dick's managed to write several books and contribute to numerous CD reviews, because before his stroke, creating and composing music, in particular prog rock, was his great thing. And for more than 3 decades, would you believe, more than 30 years since suffering that brainstem stroke and being ended up with locked-in syndrome, his connection to music was limited just to coming up with those reviews, and making music himself, of course, not physically possible. But now, with the help of AI, Dick's created a concept album centered around his life and experience of living with locked-in syndrome. The lyrics given an intensely personal and authentic insight into what it's like for Dick. And he's been able to write the lyrics and compose the music with the instrumentation and vocals credited to something called Suno, which I understand is some sort of AI music generator, if I get that right. The album grabs you from the start as Blue Door sets the scene with Dick's unfortunate brainstem stroke. It's a nice sort of understated rocker of a song. Still Here comes next, sort of a lush ballad style as Dick regains consciousness. Blink Once for Yes is to me one of the highlights. And as you might guess from the title, the lyrics in this one explain how Dick was able to do just that if asked a question. Blink once for yes, or twice for no. And over the rest of the album, Dick explains his life and feelings, with the result being a really excellent hour or so of sort of lush progressive rock. There's plenty of clean guitars, nice fluid complementary solos, soaring vocals, and it all gets across the emotion that's involved in the lyrics as Dick tells his story. There's so much variety over the running time. We've got progressive rock, we've got bits of metal, we've got melodics, hooks, AOR, even some folk and jazzy elements. And it really is truly remarkable that Dick's been able to come up with this, given his locked-in syndrome, and use AI to create music. Do give this one a chance. Take some inspiration from it as well, from Dick's determination to come up with this. It's a digital-only release, so you will find it on your digital platform of choice. I'll link to it below on Amazon Music. And I'll also link to Dick's website so you can learn more about him and his world. He's also, it says on there that he's active on TikTok. Now, I don't do TikTok. I don't understand all that. But if you do, you'll probably be able to find him if you'll know how to do that as a TikTok user. Thanks to AC at Bad Dog Promotions for getting this one to me. AC never takes a rest. She's always busy. And full marks to her for taking this one on. So do give it a chance, because it is something a bit different, not only to learn about Dick and his determination to do this and living with locked-in syndrome, but to learn more about it throughout the listen as well. So I would urge you to give it a chance. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel before you disappear, that'd be a big help, if you wouldn't mind doing that for me. And until next time, as always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.